Yo, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. I have Banziduck back in a Centurion 7.1 Tier 9 medium British tank, and he is mid-tier in a 3.57 on El Halouf, spawned into the northeast spawn, and he's headed over here to the northwest where the brawl usually takes place. This is the critical terrain. He's got a pretty good group of tanks headed down, lighter stuff going down into the southeast corner. He has a fairly significant contingent camping, two of the usual suspects, and an Indian Panzer. Thanks for that, Indian Panzer. And he's got a pretty good 2-2 train coming his way. The 110E4, the E75, T-34 low, IS-3, and a Mod 1. This tank has a great turret. It has good gun depression. It's relatively mobile, hits pretty hard, and has an accurate gun. This is a good spot for him to go to. That's just unlucky. The idea that an LTTB would drive all the way up there and wait to get that one shot, that's good on him for doing that. That's super aggressive. Only thing I can say about that is maybe next time you're looking that way, I don't know, that surprised me as well. And so you've got this LTTB that's going to be a thorn in your side right here for quite a long time. And what he's trying to do is just keep you lit, keep an eye on you, let the guys behind him know when you might try to push on him. Maybe try to get a shot. That thing's got terrible gun depression, so it's really difficult to use right there, and you'll notice that this guy struggles to get his gun in the game, although he does on a couple occasions. This T-54 Mod 1 is not very smart, because he did what Bonzi refused to do, which is drive out and try to shoot the LTTB, knowing full well that all those guys are probably sitting there waiting for it to happen. So what is that, 2 Skodas sitting over there? Not a great plan. Not a great plan. Yeah, it is. The Tier 10 and the Tier 9 were both waiting for him. Holy cow, you hit that. Good on you. That surprised me. So they've taken the corner with the WZ-111. He was able to cross. It's a little bit easier for the other side to cross than it is for Banziduck's side to cross. Typically you get hit in the side from Banziduck's side. I think you had a shot right there, man. You just missed the shot. So here comes the T-34. He's just going to roll up in there. Bounces that fantastic turret, and that silly LTTB keeps pushing in you. And the good news about the camping dopes back there at, what are they, D7 or so, is that if they do push up and over, like they just did, then those guys will be able to hit them. Now that was an okay choice for a track, but you're not really going to go into anything. You're shooting up through that metal piece there. Looks like you're trying to get a little bit better shot on him, but unfortunately you're giving him a nice aim shot, so he comes in there and whacks you once. And what you're going to see for the rest of this, at least for a while, is Bonzi's doing what he's got to do. And we talk a lot of people talk about, hey, I'm a team player, I play for the team, you know, I try to do things that help the team win. And this is kind of one of those cases. He's just holding this ramp as best he can. Keep these guys lit. Use his turret. See if he can't get a couple shots in. And unfortunately, he eats a couple shots from that T-50, and now he's really just crippled. Not quite a one-shot to the mediums, but high rolls by some of the heavies will take him out. And he's working with this T-34 as well, which has really good depression, plus he's pushing that Hulk in front of him. Unfortunately, his gun is also damaged. He's got another 40 seconds before he can get his gun back. You got to be careful here, folks, about backing up too much, because if you back down that too much, one of those guys over there camping might get a shot across there. So that's one thing to realize. Also, if you back out too much, the artillery might be able to splash you. The low, I think, is doing one of the things that has to be done. We got to relieve the pressure on the guys around the corner by getting flanking shots on all of these guys here, and this is the danger for the red team of pushing up like that when you haven't really cleared this ramp. You get guys like the low or Bonzi who can get around and get on their side, and the low is trading a lot of hit points though to threaten those guys. Here comes a defender. He takes a thump and a bounce and whack. There he goes. So now we're working with a low and E75 and Bonzi here. This is a pretty strong position for these guys, and they're starting to win as well. A lot of that has to do with the TDs that are camping back up there, and like I said, that's a decent spot. That's a lucky bounce, we'll take it. Again, that good turret. It's a decent spot if the enemy team is aggressive like the Reds are. It's a terrible spot if Bonzi's team had come around the corner and were trying to push up onto the enemy's ramp. at which point all those guys camping are now essentially out of the game. It's one of the reasons why I don't like going or having too many tanks go to spots like that. They're situational. But hard to argue, in this case it's working out for them. And it's too bad you've lost a couple of the hit points you had. With a few more hit points, you'd have been able to push in, I think, a little bit sooner. But now you're starting to see that, oh, okay, we're winning this over here. We got to get up here. We'll take out this super. We have a little bit of a trouble right here. I think I would have just come up. Instead of up on the side, I'd have just tucked myself into this area here and then shot over the back deck of that T-34. I think you'd have been fine doing that. Would have been a nice hold down position there. I think that's what you do here. There you go. And again, you're crawling up on it. Makes it, yeah. See how it's kind of wonky. I just tucked up in there instead of messing around on the side of this thing. This didn't surprise me. It looked like you had a shot. You're gonna shoot and what? What? It looks like it hit right where it was really curved right there. So unlucky. Seems like it should have deflected straight down into his deck though and went straight through. But there you have it. It didn't. Got a T-32. There's still a FV Death Star out there and a Type 4. So the Type 4 is problematic. There's the Death Star. So you're coming down here. This was kind of an interesting decision to me. I don't know. You're going to turn into this spot because I think what you're thinking is I'll get this T-32 out. But I think what I would have done, one way to get these guys around the corner and kill the T-32 is to get this dude busy with you over here behind him, shooting him in the butt. This works. You're going to end up taking out the T-32. But now it's a long reposition to get to the FV. The good news is that he gets backed off because they're staring at him. He wanted to come around and kill you. Down he goes. So either way, it worked out. I just feel like maybe I'd have gone around the other way. But, of course, now, hindsight is 20/20. You might have eaten a shot from the Type 4 in the back. So that may have been actually going through your mind as well. My question is, could you have come around this corner without... No, you could not have. Yeah, let's see. He was right there. Yeah, you might have had trouble getting a shot on him without getting shot in the back. So there you go. So you're going to wait right here. And down he goes. And this is interesting to me for a number of reasons. And the biggest one is... There's only 3 tanks left. This game is pretty much won. You have 2,100 damage, not great, but I think you could have got another shot in there. And all you had to do was poke around and take it, right? And you may be thinking, well, I don't want to get killed by the Type 4. But in my mind, I would say, so what? I'll take the chance. Maybe he HEs me, but maybe I shoot him first and he dies and I get my hit points. Because I'm probably not going to get to the artillery anyway. So in this phase of the game, for me, I get aggressive on situations like that when I know it's won. Now, if there was only a couple tanks, then yeah, be careful. Let one of your buddies kill him or the arty or whatever. Exactly how it just went down, but I just stopped right there and looked for that shot. Just get in there and get those hit points, man. And this guy's going to actually kill himself because that's what artillery does at the end of the game. Good old Buddha H77 suiciding. Fantastic, dude. Keep it up. That's great stuff. All right, man. Nice game. 2,126. Was it the greatest damage game in the universe? Absolutely not. But were you in the right spot, doing the right things to help your team win? Absolutely. So it's more one of those teamwork win kind of games. Vice that, hey, I'm the Mac Daddy death machine carry guy kind of games. But you know what? I like both those kinds. All right, man. Good job. Like I said, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Keep on supporting it as you are doing, and we will see you.